Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your December 2024 tarot reading. I am Elena Valdez, and I'm so happy to have you here. So let's get right into your reading. Let's find out what Virgo is getting themselves into here in December. Now, remember, these readings are general, so they will not always resonate. And please adjust gender how it best applies to you. All right, let's get in here. Let's begin with the general energy for Virgo here in December. What is going on? General energy for Virgo. Nice. Oh, I like that. Let's see. One more card, please. I am back on using my Light Seer deck. I love this deck. It's just so colorful and loving. Oh, beautiful. You've got the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the Empress. Interesting, Virgo. You know, there's a sense here, Virgo. It's like a yearning is what I'm feeling here. There is a yearning for family. There's a yearning for connection. There's a yearning to be protected, taken care of. There's also a yearning for those of you who are provider types, provider energy. There's a yearning and a longing to want to do more for your family, or to have a family that you can give to and do for. But for those of you where this is not necessarily a provider type of energy, but you are the one who is wishing you had this, it's like there's a melancholy, but then there's a hopefulness here that I'm seeing, which is very beautiful, right? And let's break this down a little bit. Like, what does this mean, this notion of family, right? Because this 10 of Cups is going to be a different need for everyone, right? For some of you, this may mean an entire family, a dog, a few dogs, cats, rabbits, birds, children, the spouse, the house, all of that. While for others of you, your family may very well be just your spouse, your partner, your significant other. And for others of you, the family you're yearning for is simply a furry animal. Or for those of you who are single, not necessarily in a relationship, but you are wanting to adopt. I am feeling that with the Empress here. A few things happening. There is this longing and wanting here with the 5 of Cups to either have more children, to maybe adopt, get pregnant. But there is a feeling, and you know, potentially what I'm picking up with the 5 of Cups here is that maybe for some of you, there was a loss here. Maybe you did potentially have a miscarriage, or maybe you thought you were going to have a child by a certain age or a certain time and it didn't happen. And so there's a sensitivity here. But there's this mix of wanting it, hoping for it, believing it, having faith that it'll come. And then there's a sadness around, well, what if it doesn't? For others of you where this is not a family matter, for most of you, this is about wanting to belong. For most of you, and you know, and it might just be seasonal, right? It may be because of what December brings, a lot of holidays, no matter where you are in the world, right? And you could be observing what other people have here, because the 5 of Cups focuses on what they do not have, limitations, right? So this could be you looking at the family, the children, the spouse that you don't have, while maybe you are visiting other family members throughout the holidays, spending time with other people, maybe seeing what they have versus what you have. So it's a mix of sadness, melancholy, but I also feel a lot of hope here. Potentially for some of you, you are dreaming this up for the first time. Like maybe something inspired you in your environment during the season where you're like, oh, I wonder how that would be to be a parent, to adopt, to have a furry baby, to have a spouse. There are a small percentage of you here where this has nothing to do with family. And the cups for you means creativity, means bringing forth into the world. Your child, your baby would be a creative project, something that is birth of you, something that's unique, that only you can create, that only you have created or want to create. And there's like this longing, like you want to create, you want to do more, you want to leave a legacy behind, right? That's what all this is about. It's about leaving legacy, whether it's through your children, your family, or the creative that you create from scratch, from yourself, from your being, from your own loins, whether it's an actual human or a project or creative that you thought of yourself, that you gave birth to. The bottom line here, beautiful Virgo, is that there's a longing and there's a sensitivity. But usually when I see the Five of Cups, it's very sad, it's very powerless, but not in this case. I'm not feeling powerless here. I'm just seeing the it can't get here fast enough type of feeling. Because we're looking and focusing on what other people may have potentially, or we're focusing on what we don't have, right? And so there's that contrast. So this is something that may be coming up for you here in December, beautiful Virgo. It's quite lovely though. I feel like you're also maybe manifesting this, like really in your thoughts about what you want to attract in this theme of family and partnership. This is beautiful. I'm also getting a strong feeling right now that there are a handful of you here watching that you want to attract the right mate that's going to contain the energy for you necessary to birth a child into this existence, or to bring a family forward into this existence. You haven't quite met that person yet, and you're feeling this oh, I'm feeling a lot of energy off of the Empress for you, Virgo. It's like you just want to be contained. You want to feel safe and protected in whatever it is you're going to give birth to, whether, again, it's a child or a creative. But there's also a femininity to this. It's very sensitive. I'm getting a sense that for a lot of Virgos here, remember, this is not gender specific. So you can be a man going through this, right? You can be someone who identifies as male going through this, but also clearly female, right, as well. There is this feeling that I'm picking up from this energy, Virgo. You just want to step into your femininity. You want to be more receptive. You want to receive. You want to be in a place where your body, your being, your mind can feel safe enough to create. And again, when we talk create, I'm talking either physically an actual little human, or the creation of a family via adoption, via fostering, but also whatever creative endeavor you're producing from yourself. But in order to do that, it's like you want to just kind of relax. You want to relax into a providership type of containment. This is about receptivity. This is about receiving. This is about feeling safe enough and comforted enough to become fertile enough so that we're able to create from self. It's really beautiful. I also feel like some of you may have been tired of maybe not being able to be in your feminine. Again, this is not about gender. It's about energy. What do I mean by not being able? So, for example, when we are in our masculine, we're doing. Because we have to provide either for ourselves or other people. We can't stop. We can't be receptive. We can't necessarily receive because it's more of a fighter, that fight or flight instinctive providership, whether it's because we're providing for ourselves or other people. When we're in our feminine, we're able to relax a bit more. And therefore, what we create is not out of necessity. What we create is out of love and want, and for the sake of creation, creativity, and the feeling and emotion of that. And I feel like for a lot of you, you've been craving just stepping into that energy. And for some of you, not all of you, for some of you, you don't even know what that creative is for you, because you haven't been in a place where you can step into that safety of just being feminine. Again, I'm going to repeat it, not gender specific. This applies to men as well. Okay? So I feel like, oh, and I just feel the sigh. Like I just feel my sigh. I feel you, Virgo. You just want to relax. You just want to be held. You just kind of just want to be. All right. What else do we need to know here for Virgo in the month of December? What messages do we want to give here to Virgo regarding this energy? Oh, yeah. Oh, see, there's a feeling here. So let's really focus on this, because this is important. There's a yearning for this energy. See the vibrancy, the color, and these, the Empress, the family. This is the longing, the sadness over not having, the comparing what we have versus what we don't have, right? But what's at the deep rootness of this are these two cards, right? That energy. But then there is the overthinking here with the King of Swords and the Devil, of either what has gone wrong in the past, whether it was the births we tried to give, the fostering, the adoptions, the kiddos we once had, the fur babies we had, the creative we once created and didn't work out. And it's almost like this chant, our shadow side saying, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this again? And the sternness of the King of Swords. When the King of Swords is paired with the Devil, this is our heavy overthinking shadow side. Like our own, like the authoritative drill sergeant side of us that comes to shame us and comes to remind us of what we didn't do right in the past, or what we didn't work out in the past. Or settling. This can also be about settling for energies, whether it's people, work, circumstances. They're trying to keep us back because of our own shadowness of it, our own shame around something working or not working. Because that's a part of this, is not being able to just relax into this femininity, or this space of being able to create and receive, because we're overwhelming ourselves with whatever shame we have, whatever imposter syndrome we may have, whatever addictions the devil brings to our table, right? Because the devil is all things shadow, all things low vibe, especially in this context, the way that it is paired with the King of Swords. The King of Swords may also represent someone in your life who hasn't necessarily been supportive about this endeavor, these things that you truly yearn for. And so this is a warning here, Virgo, to pay attention to these past energies, whether it's coming from your own thinking, your own shadow side that tells you you cannot, your own previous addictions. I'm picking up that for some of you here, you were previous addicts of something. That could be sex addiction, that could be drugs, alcohol, something. You apply this how it best resonates for you. And because even though that was maybe thousands of years ago for you, maybe 10 years ago, there's still this stern personality, whether it's someone else in your environment or you're yourself, reminding you, oh, You sure you want this family? Because remember when you were drunk on the sidewalk throwing up, or whatever it is for you, okay? We want to be careful with this energy. This came up as a warning for you, Virgo. Maybe this is going to be family members that you see because of the holidays, maybe, potentially. And so this is a heads up, like not to buy into that, to stay focused, to stay focused on this hopefulness. Stay focused on what you really want to pull in the future or in the present, and not in what has gone wrong in the past, or how you maybe dropped the ball somewhere in the past, or maybe you didn't show up at your best in the past. Reminding yourself that that is not now. That's the past, okay? But there may be some energies here in December that are trying to pull you back. Even this devil, like look at this devil, the way, I don't know if you can see this imagery, but he's like, almost like, here, come my way, let me mislead you type of energy. And what you can, I don't know if you can see, there's like these little puppeteer strings here, and there's like a shadowy image there of a person being tormented by this devil. That's what this is. And when we have the King of Swords is stern, and when paired with the devil can be just someone who's like a fucking grumpy grumpster. I know, Virgo, you don't always like cursing. I apologize if I just offended you, but this person is pissing me off because I feel like you have someone in your environment who's just like telling you things are no longer, it doesn't matter anymore. It's the past. For some of you, this is you. This is your own self-talk. Let's get you some closing messages. Closing messages for our beautiful Virgo for the month of December. Closing messages for a beautiful Virgo. Yeah, don't let that devil take away that beautiful color. You deserve this. Don't let the devil tell you otherwise or try to convince you otherwise. Okay, 2 more cards, please. Yeah. 1 more card, please. Yes, Virgo. This is a month where we're going to need to stay focused. Stay focused on what you truly want. Ooh, I really feel that it has to do with family you have to see this holiday season. Ugh, yuck. I almost like want to tell you, if you really don't have to see them, like don't see them. Some of you kind of have to, like by obligation. I'm hearing that like some of you have to by like court order, like maybe you have to be surrounded by like your children's in-laws or ex's in-laws because of your children that you co-parent. I don't know, but for others of you where this is creativity, it's getting in your head, something's getting in your head. So closing messages here, you have the 2 of Swords with the 8 of Swords and Temperance. It's that energy of confusion. It's that energy of not properly seeing ourselves correctly because we're either blindfolded or someone has filled us with things in our heads that are not correct. And it's got us questioning ourselves. So the way out of this is going to be Temperance. And that's you finding your own equilibrium in the midst of this chaos, whether it's your own stuff that's coming up. Also, when I get the Temperance card, this could be hormonal imbalance too, balancing hormones. For some of you, it's about balancing, getting the meds that you need to balance something so that you don't fall into this trap of beating yourself up when really it's just balancing something biological, hormonal, etc. But for others of you, this is about the people or the environment that you're in right now that's trying to tell you whatever they want to tell you. finding your own equilibrium, your own balance. And this is going to take spiritual, like a spiritual essence. Like you're going to have to dig deep into your own divine and your own protection, your spirituality to guard what you truly want. Not what these other people or your shame shadow side trying to convince you that you're not good enough. Temperance is associated with Sagittarius. It is a fire sign. Okay, so another way to quite literally temper the swords energy, because you got quite a bit of swords energy paired with the devil here, right? So the way to temper the talk, and whether it's from you or external, may require some movement, like literal body movement. And I say that because temperance is associated with Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign that requires movement. You need to move the energy. That means moving your body, getting active, so that you can get out of your head as much as possible. So if you're going to be surrounded by people who are naysayers, beautiful Virgo, this season, then find pockets of opportunities to go for a walk if you can, if the elements allow, if the weather allows where you are going to be this season. And for others of you, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is a benefic. So focusing on the energy of Jupiter may be a way out for you here, beautiful Virgo. Because your ruling planet, Mercury, is in retrograde during the season. So it makes sense that you would go through a lot of overthinking during this time frame in December, because your ruling planet that rules communication and thinking is going backwards and reviewing. And sometimes the reviewing is like all the shit we didn't do right in the past. And so this is going to take effort from you and focusing on the positive more than the negative, right? Because you're going to have that in your environment already. So what does that mean? How do we utilize Jupiter? Jupiter is about thinking positive. Jupiter is about having a positive mindset no matter what the fuck is going on. Okay? Jupiter, again, movement. We want some movement. Joyful speak. It's also about expanding our minds in cultural matters. So maybe keeping your mind occupied by learning something in the process of this stuff that you're feeling, and maybe the learning something, the educating yourself about fostering, adopting, having children, whatever this creative is that you want to dive into. Maybe that'll help you get out of any type of imposter syndrome that you may be going through. But it's also about expanding our minds culturally. So travel, getting to know people from other nations, getting to know their languages, that type of thing. This is just a remedy that I'm giving you here for all this yucky, dark shit that wants to get your attention. It's not, you have a remedy here with temperance. Okay, beautiful Virgo. All right, my lovely, I am sending you lots of love. I know you've got this. You're strong. Virgo is strong. One of my favorite Virgo archetypes or people to read up on is Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth. The original Queen Elizabeth, not our recent Queen Elizabeth. But I would, oh God, what is she? Queen Elizabeth I can't believe, I forget her number, but anyway, if you can look her up, she was so strong and resilient, and she is like the epitome of like Virgo strength. All right, my lovely, you've got this. I am looking forward to hearing all about this beautiful energy that you're going to bring forth if you care to share. And I hope to see you back here again soon. I'll be recording some more readings here in the next couple of weeks. And if you haven't already subscribed and you like my content, please do so. I would love to have you be part of my channel. All right, lovely. Have a good one, and I'll see you here soon. Bye.